Hi guys, here's a little project I've been meaning to get back to for, well, years to be honest. Picked this up in a charity shop a few years back. It's got little, better tell you what it is first. It's an electric stapler, and because it's pretty old, just about there was some sort of rubber or rubberized grommets that fell apart as soon as you tried to use it. They were so old the rubber had degenerated. So that meant it didn't work. What we've got in there now is little rubber grommets that were the mounting points for hard drives, I think, something like that. Little rubber feet, and they more or less fit, but they're not quite right. I'll just give you a demonstration. Can't remember if I've got batteries in there or not at the moment. No, right, we'll put some batteries in. Right, looks like that way. That way, that way. Okay. I suppose before we go any further, made by Rexel. Trying to see if it's got a date on it. 4AA batteries, 6 volts, 800 milliamps. Model 112. Press load, recharger, appuyer. Yeah, right, I think. That's to release the tray to put your staples in. It actually works automatically just when you slide a piece of paper under there. There's a little micro switch just there, or the lever on a micro switch, and that makes it work. So if we take a piece of paper, and folded it over so it's 4 layers. Okay. Now the problem at the moment is, as you can see, it does work, but it's really not pushing down hard enough, and that may be because there's too much flex in the rubber grommets that I put in there, because they're not a perfect fit by any means. So I'm wondering what I can do about it. I could 3D print something, but then the filament would be fairly rigid, there'd be no give in it, and that might be a problem, because I think it relies on there being a little bit of slack in there, or give as a sort of shock absorber. Anyway, we'll have a look inside. I mean, you can see most of it because it's clear plastic deliberately so you can see it. As you push that down, that pushes on there, which I think just switches it off, so it doesn't actually operate when you're trying to change these bits. Let's just see if I press that button now, will it operate? Oh no, it's still operated. Oh, in that case I don't know what that does. Never mind. What can we see? We can see electric motor in there, the silver thing. Drives that gear, which drives a bigger gear, which goes inside. Can't quite see, but it must drive another gear inside. Yeah, there's a whole gearbox there to gear it all down, so that little motor can actually give it enough punch to drive that blue and the green are, I've got a shaft going across, so it's a cam that pushes, there's an arm there that goes up and down. Just about see the silver arm there. Let's take it apart and see what we can see. Oh, we'll take the batteries out so we don't accidentally set it off while we're working on it. I have done a tear down on this before, I'm pretty sure. I'll have a look in my files, and if I can find the original video, I'll put a link to it in the video description. Looks like it originally had 4 rubber tyres on the bottom. 4 rubber feet, and only one of them's left. We see, okay, looks like this just unclips. Yeah. Cool, that's a bit different. That is it, it's just those 4 clips. Backing out the way. There we go. That's harder work than it should have been. Right, well now we can see inside and see the gears a little bit easier. I'm not going to take it apart. Can I drive it around by hand? That's very low gearing. You might be able to see this arm is moving slowly. I'm probably running it backwards. So the bit we want to try and work on is these rubber grommets, just here. So if I just push them off, circlips on them. You can probably see what I mean if I just push it a bit. There's a lot of slack there, it's not supposed to be that much slack, and I think that's why it's probably not driving it down fully home. Let's come off. Don't want to lose that. Right, and that will probably so we've got to take off both sides. Or can we just have a look at that? I've had a chap commenting on my old video thinking about it. So it's definitely in there somewhere. I should be able to find my old video. Been commenting that he's actually found the right size grommet to make it work. Yeah, right. So my rubber grommet is the wrong size. And as I say, I could 3D print something that will fit in there, but it won't give the flexibility of the rubber. But that's probably my best bet at the moment. I'll take some measurements, 3D print a couple of little fillers, grommets. I can't think what you want to call that really. And see what happens if we do that. Right. Measure of that. 3.88. It's the internal diameter for our grommet, and then that's in the way now. Can we measure there? 7.87. Oh no, hang on, moving it round a bit. 8.24. So, hang on. Obviously not in there properly. .3. Where are we? Focus. Okay, 8.3 there. And can we get on there? Three 3.69, 3.7. Yeah. Okay. We'll go and print something. And of course, we need to know the width of it as well. I think it's supposed to be 5. Yeah. And 5mm. So, a circle. 0.7, 8.3, and the depth 5mm, roughly scrawled on there. Right, this is what I've printed. So this is the shaft, whatever you want to call it, that's got to go in there. I've made it a tight fit. I've also put those, you can probably just see there's 4 little ridges there to help it grip where it's going. So we'll put it together and see what happens. Well, just out of interest, while working on this, I've now found these little brass bits are collars that actually slide up and down on that shaft. I thought they were part of the shaft. I might take them off and clean them up before I force them into the plastic grommets, as I'm calling them. Yeah, that one's rigid, so I don't know if they're supposed to spin freely. That one certainly wants to. So yeah, I'll see if I can clean that one up. Right. They are now free running. I'm just wondering if they were brass bushes inside the original silicone or whatever they were grommets. They were all gummed up. But they're now nice and free. I'll put a bit more lubricant on them just to finish them off, but they're pretty free now. Yeah, interesting. Didn't expect that. I thought that was all sealed together. All one piece. So what I think I'll do now is actually push those brass bushes into my plastic grommets, as I keep calling them, before I try and assemble it. That'll work out quite neatly. So put that in there. Should be able to clamp it in with that with a bit of luck, if I can get my fingers out of the way in time. It's almost going in. Looks like I may not have cleaned out the inside of the plastic well enough. I'll have to push it out again and tidy it up a bit more. There we go. I'll do the other one and put it back in. Right, can we get it through? There. You can't see what I'm doing. Goes on there. It's going to be a little bit awkward to squeeze in place. What I usually say at this point is I'll work on it off camera. Right, back in place. So, try a bit of paper. I'll put the battery back in. Oh yes, that's flattened it down nicely. The only thing is, have I caused it any problems by making it rigid instead of a bit of flex in it? What I'm worried about is if it's too rigid, it might put some stress on the teeth on the gears. But that plastic that I've used, that filament, is relatively soft. It's not as soft as a piece of rubber or silicone, but there is some give in it, because I've been trying to use it for a spring and it's too soft for a spring. That looks like that might have worked though, so I'll put the bottom back on, put the top back on, and we'll give it a try. Nearly forgot to put the circlips back on, so I will do that before I forget. Again, that's going to be easier done without the camera in the way. That's that one. That's going to be the awkward one. done it. I think. Yep, that's it. So they're in place. Right, now I'll put the top back on. All back together. The only thing I haven't done is put the one rubber foot back on, because I know somewhere I've got a set of stick-on feet, a sheet of paper full of them, which I can't find at the moment. So can't do that. So we've got no protection for a shiny surface if you put it down on a desk at the moment. I've got some random sheets of paper, 4 sheets there, so we'll see if it can do 4. Did that with no trouble. How about if we fold it over and do 8? Very nice. Yeah, oh, I'm pleased with that. That's going down properly now. I can only hope that that doesn't damage the teeth, because we haven't got the flexibility there. Yeah, excellent. Pleased with that. So that's a little bit of 3D printing again, using the softer filament that I've got. I couldn't tell you it's a specific brand. I just bought cheap filament off eBay. The orange and the blue were a bit brittle, and the silver seems to be soft. So not softest rubber, but soft compared to the brittle hard PLA. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.